Imagine standing at the crossroads of your life, with the weight of your dreams pulling you in one direction and the reality of your struggles holding you back in another. In that moment, you have a choice to break free from the chains that have kept you stagnant, or to rise, transformed, stronger, just like a diamond forged under pressure. Today, I'm going to show you how to turn adversity into your greatest weapon, how to shatter the limb its others have placed on you, and step into a future that you've always been capable of creating. This is your moment, your story, and your fight. This is going to seem weird, but I promise you I know what I'm doing. It's going to seem weird, but I know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm old. I know what I'm doing, all right, so put your age in there. Now what I want you to put down is how old you want to be when you leave this earth. Now here's the thing, I don't care what religion, what politic. One thing we all know, we ain't going to be here forever. There's one thing I can guarantee you won't be here 150 years from now. I can guarantee you that. You won't be 150, you won't be here, so the real question is, how old are you, and then, how long do you want to be on this earth? Here's why this is important. Because if you know you're not going to be here forever, then you're going to treat how long you're here differently. What happens sometimes when you're young is you think you're going to be young forever. I feel you. I used to be there. I woke up this morning. I was 51 years old. I was like, man, I'm 51. I went to go see my grandma. She's 91. I was like, man, I remember when my grandma was in her 40s. My grandma is 91. Now listen to me very closely. I'm not the don't say no to drugs dude. You make whatever decision you want. Do whatever you want to do. I'm here to tell you though that you're not going to live forever, and so you have to decide then, if you're not going to be here forever, what are your 20s going to look like? What are your 30s going to look like? What are your 40s going to look like? Now I'm from Chicago originally, grew up in Detroit. 90% of my boys are not living the way I'm living. They ain't no different than me. Bob should be speaking to y'all right now, not me. Bob was the one that got me off the streets of Detroit. I was homeless, like for real, for real. I love rappers cause rappers be in the studio doing that stuff. I love it, making up stuff. I was homeless, like abandoned. Buildings homeless, eating out of trash cans homeless. Bob took me off the streets, brought me to church. I gave my life to Christ. That pastor helped me to get my GED, then they sent me to college. Took me 12 years to get a 4-year degree cause I played in school. I was in college, couldn't hardly read or write, but Bob should be here right now. But Bob is not here because me and Bob at 20, we started making different decisions. So here's what I want to tell you, I don't care what you say you want to be or what you want to do, and here's the crazy part about y'all age. Man, I'm so proud of y'all the 1%ers, but the crazy part about it is just because you got here doesn't mean your 30's going to look like this, and your 40's going to look like this. Man, I wish, if you played in the NFL, I wish that whatever your best day was, your best year was, you could just like capture that and that'd be the rest of your life. But unfortunately, a lot of dudes made a lot of money and went broke. Now I'm going to just say MC Hammer cause that's my dude $30 million wasted. How you lose $30 million in 1 year? Easy. You got the same mentality. Like you hanging out with your homies and you trying to do right by your homies, but your homies eating up stuff, doing stuff, and now you broke. Here's the crazy part about it. Most of the people who lost $30 million in 1 year, you don't get another year to make another $30 million. Like, bro, wouldn't it be sweet if you had $30 million and you wasted it, and then you get a second shot and you get another $30? But for most people, that won't happen. So I'm not here to tell you anything but this. What do you want your life to look like? And many of you probably never even thought about it. But the cool thing about it, you got a phenomenal start. Right, so I'm going to walk through these slides real quick. I'm geeked. Why? Because I speak for a living. I'm deep, y'all. I speak for a living. So what does that mean? This don't get old. I got something that I could. If I die at 70, I can continue to do this. At 80, I can continue to do this. The problem with football, you can't do this at 50. You can't play this game at 50. I don't care how sweet you are. The best of the best. I felt like the best of the best was MJ, and MJ had to retire, and as a matter of fact, when MJ was with the Wizards, he didn't look like the Bulls MJ. He was just doing that cause he was trying to own a team so he could make some money in basketball. So I'm telling you, this ain't forever, and when you're doing something that doesn't last forever, you got to treat it differently. This don't last for 20. This don't last for 30. This might not even last for 10 for some of you. So you got to take full advantage of every single Sunday, and you only get 16. Well, I'm sorry they added one. I apologize. I'm old school like Billy Sims, old school. We're 16, so write down right now for me real quick, and maybe you're not going to answer this right now, but what do I want to be doing in my 30s, my 40s, my 50s, my 60s, and what you do today, every day when you walk in this joint, what you do today is going to determine how you live at 30, at 40, at 50, at 60, and y'all got a head start, man. My mom had to work at Ford. She got pregnant with me at 17 years old. My mom had to work at Ford for 30 years, and she probably ain't make what some of y'all going to make in 2 or 3 years, in 30 years, so I'm proud of you. Whatever you had to do in high school, whatever you had to do in college, you did what you had to do when you got to this level. All I'm asking you is, set the standard, right, set the standard. I'm not, listen to me. You a grown man. I would dare tell you to set the standard, but set one though. Set a standard. Well, Jammer, we just left from Dubai. They set. Man, if you haven't been there, go. They set the standard, y'all, like any place. Let me tell you what I hate about Dubai. This is my second chance going. What I hate about Dubai is coming back to America. You go to Dubai and you come to Four Seasons, garbage. The Four Seasons look like doggone Holiday Inn Express. They got the 6 tallest buildings there. Everything they do. Like they pick you up in a 740. The taxi cab driver is picking you up in a 745 LII. That's like over there like the Lamborghini. My boy was like, he from Detroit. He's like, I want to drive in a Lamborghini. My boy that brought me was like, what do you mean by that? He's like, I want to rent one. He said, you ain't got to rent one. I got one outside. I'll go get it. Then he went to get a Ferrari. He said, well, my wife got that one. I'll go pick that one up and bring it back for you so you can drive that one around. My boy from the D, he driving around Atlanta. He can't believe it. The standard over there, everything is big. The Louis over there will eat up all of it. It's unbelievable. One dude went over there and built the tallest building. And now that was the standard. What's your standard? I don't care what it is, but what is your standard? I got some standards. I've been waking up at 3:00 in the morning and praying to God since I was 19 years old. That's a non-negotiable. Every morning at 3 I'm up. I'm the best in the world as a speaker, not because I'm the best, but I'm the best because every day I put God first. That's my standard. I don't care if I'm in by 3:00. I don't care if I'm in Cali 3:00. I don't care if I'm down south 3:00. That's my standard. I've been married 31 years. I've only had sex with one woman my entire life. That's my standard. I'm not telling nobody else to do that. But my old dude wasn't in my life cause he was running around having sex with everybody. I got siblings I don't even know. I just met my niece for the first time. She 24 years old. So I'm like, I'm not doing what my dad did. My dad a high school dropout. I went and got my GED, then I got my 4-year degree, then I got my master's degree, then I got my PhD, and I ain't smart. But I set a standard. So when my kids came in this world, their mama got a master's, their daddy got a PhD. They at least got to finish high school. I set a standard. Multi-millionaire as a speaker from the bottom up. I set a standard. I'm telling you. Set a standard. Set a standard. You can't be no champion if you don't have a standard. And let me tell you something. The men who set a standard are always the ones who are champions. Set a standard, bro. I ain't never smoked a day in my life. All my boys smoke weed. I ain't. That's my boys. I love them to life. I ain't tripping that they smoke. I just set a standard. My daddy was struggling on crack for 14 years. My uncles died of cirrhosis of the liver. I'm good on alcohol. I'm good on drugs. Why, it don't look like my family know how to handle it. I ain't mad at my boy B. He seems like he knows how to do it and get up and go to work. He went to school. He's smoking weed on his way to school, still doing good on tests. But I had to set a personal standard that we not doing that. Somebody hit me the other day. What you think about weed? Why you asking me? What you think about it? I said, listen to me, bro. I got a standard, I don't. He said, what's wrong with it? I said, bro, I'm trying to be the next Martin Luther King. When you get to this level, you don't ask what's wrong with, you ask what's right with. I'm a champion. We don't. We as champions, we ain't trying to cut corners. We ain't trying to see how much we can do and still be successful. I got a standard. I want to be the best, and I love Steph Curry. Steph said, making shots in workouts is no longer good enough. Put this down, finish, execute, write that down, type that to yourself, execute. Let me tell you something, they treat people differently who execute. Nobody care what you're doing in practice, that don't count. It don't count what you do first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. The most important quarter is the one you win. Write that down, finish. Effort is not good enough. Ain't nobody paying you for effort. Don't get paid for effort. You don't get paid for trying. Me and my wife went to do buy because I execute for free. I put up videos every single day. Ain't nobody paying me for the stuff I put up. Since 2006, I just put it up. So when you wake up, you got something. In the afternoon, I give you something. And when you driving home, I give you something because you got to go back to your family. I want you to be pumped up when you go to your family, and guess what happened? You reap what you sow. I probably don't look this good sometimes. I got on shorts and a T-shirt in corporate. Why? Because I don't need to necessarily conform. They're not asking me to come dressed up, but I'm so good at what I do they don't even require a suit. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Some of us don't want to wear a suit, but you're not on that level though. Or you want to wear a suit and act as if your suit is going to compensate for what you are inferior at. Your suit don't. Your suit don't make your language sweet, for real. Some of you wear suits because you think you're going to impress somebody with a suit and you might get in the door, but sooner or later they're going to find out who you are. So I need you to stop having a poverty mindset. So when I quit my job to be an entrepreneur, my mom was like, whoa, what are you doing? I was like, I'm quitting. My mom's like, don't you dare quit. You're going to embarrass me. You got a wife and kids. Does YouTube have insurance? Does YouTube have a 401k? And I was like, yo, Mom, I ain't trying to be funny and I ain't trying to be disrespectful. I love you, but you can't teach me how to be a millionaire because you're not one. You come from the working class and I'm not mad at you, Ma. We wouldn't be where we are without you. But you told me that every generation is supposed to get better. So I'll take your values, but I won't take your work ethic. Because rich people don't work. They think the working class will never get rich. It wasn't designed. Oh, okay, listen to me. This country became a wealthy country because they had employees they didn't have to pay. That's not rocket science. So when this country had to start paying people, they wanted to pay the least. The 3% that run the world, they're not trying. Let me tell you how I know. I'm from Detroit. We just laid off 15,000 workers, and the president of GM, she just got $22 million. We got $22 million to give one person when we're laying off 15,000 people, and we took their health care that's already paid for. No disrespect to nobody, and I ain't playing no victim cause I'm not a victim. Rich people don't work, they think. Poor people work. Poor people go clock in. I make this much an hour. Rich people go. I put them to work and I make this much in an hour. See, what happens is you're working for you and your family, one. They got 40 of you working at one time, so they're giving you 20% and they're keeping the 80% off of 15,000 people. That's enough to have $22 million. So what you have to decide is, are you going to keep being the 99% or are you ready to be a part of the 1%? Because it doesn't make a difference where you come from. High school dropout, it doesn't make a difference where you come from, GD. It doesn't make a difference where you come from sleeping in abandoned buildings. It doesn't make a difference where you come from a 17-year-old mom that got pregnant. It doesn't make a difference where you come from south side of Chicago. It doesn't make a difference where you come from, pretty much raised in Detroit. It doesn't make a difference where you come from, took 12 years to get a 4-year degree. It doesn't make a difference. You know what makes a difference. What makes a difference is when you become a 99%er or a 1%er. And when I started thinking like, acting like, and behaving like a 1%er, everything changed. Is that clear? You can't defeat me. Good. So number one, listen to me. Don't write this down. It's not a principle. Listen quickly. I'll give you the first principle. Number one, this is not the principle. It's going to be a dogfight. I would love to tell you that on the road to success everything is going to work out. It's not. It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a dogfight. For those of you watching my videos on the road to success, I lost 5 ants to cancer. It's a dogfight. In the midst of my business, I lost ants. I had to go to funerals. We had to get on a plane. We had to drive. We had aunts that are close to my age who died who didn't have insurance. We had to raise money. A dogfight. I had cousins shot in stores, execution style. Shot in the back of the head twice. It's a dogfight. Like, you don't see that on YouTube. You don't see that on my TGI. It's a dogfight. My wife 3 years ago, 7 lesions on her brain. It's a dogfight. It hadn't been easy. It's a dogfight. The road to success hasn't been smooth. It's been rough. It's been crooked. It's been hard. But I've made up in my mind that I will get a reward for the pain that I go through. I will not stop in the middle of the process. I will not be defeated. I will not be destroyed. I will take everything that happens in my life and I will allow the pain to push me to greatness. You will not break me. You will not stop me. You will not defeat me. The only way I lose is if I quit. It's going to be a dog fight. And so if you're ready to quit, then don't get started. If you're ready to quit, don't get started. If you're looking for this easy path, don't get started. If you think they're not going to close the door on you and say no a million times, don't get started. But every time they close the door, I just get excited. Why? 'Cause I am not a no, I'm one yes away. I'm one yes away. You can't keep telling me no forever. You can't keep denying me forever. This type of energy, this type of passion, you can't stop it. You can contain it for a while, but you cannot stop it. This is life and you can't defeat me. You don't have enough power. You don't have enough energy. You don't have enough strength to stop this. Contain it for a year you might, 2 years you might, but hate does not have enough energy to destroy love. You cannot destroy this. So I'm telling you today it's going to be a dogfight, and the sooner you realize it's going to be a dogfight. Okay, so let me just say this to you. So in America, right? And I'm sure it's the same thing here, but in our armed forces, let's just pick one. The Navy, for instance. We just picked the Navy. Let me tell you guys, this is good. Listen to me very closely. The first thing they teach you, somebody over here, help me out, you were in the Navy, right? They're teaching you war, right? What's the first thing they teach you? Boot camp, the very first. Somebody tell me over here, just take a wild guess. What's the first thing they teach soldiers? Courage. Good. Courage. Okay, this side discipline. So give me something practical. What's the first practical thing they would teach you? Say it again. Defending yourself. Somebody over here. How to swim. Listen to me very closely. The first thing they teach you, the very first thing they teach you is how to respond when you have a jammed gun. And number 2, how to carry a dead body. That's it. The first thing they teach you. They don't teach you how to defend yourself. They don't teach you how to swim. The first thing they teach you is when your gun is jammed. The first thing they teach you is a dead body, how to carry a dead body. And somebody tell me, why would they start you there? That's the worst case scenario. That's what you're not prepared for. You're not thinking when you go out there to defend yourself that your gun is going to jam. You're not thinking when you go out there that your boy is going to get killed and you got to drag him. You're not thinking that. So listen to me, it's not hardships that hurt us. It's not my cousin getting shot twice. It's not my cousin spending 50 years in jail. It's not my aunts dying of cancer. It's not my wife being diagnosed with lesions on her brain that will break you. What will break most people is you didn't prepare So when you put all your little goals and all your little dreams together, it's not the thing that broke you that broke you. It was you never even thought about the fact that you could be broken. You never prepared. You never prepared for the worst case scenario, and the reason why it is standing here because I prepared for it. If you know anything about me, I still lay on floors. I still eat chips off the floor. I still do some stuff that to most people is crazy. Like, why would you do that? Because I'm always prepared that we may not live in that house one day. One day, something might happen and we might have to go back to that. And if I have to go back to that, it's not going to break me. And so I present to you a diamond. Most women love them, and most men spend a lot of money on them. I'm going to say it again. Most women love them, and most guys have to work a long time to be able to get a nice one. The thing we covet the most, and then, for a diamond to be produced, it must first go through extreme heat. Extreme heat, extreme pressure. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? For a diamond to be produced, it has to go through extreme pressure, extreme heat, and if that wasn't enough, what makes a diamond is the cut. So if you want to be a diamond, you must go through extreme pressure. If you can't take pressure, then you're not a diamond. After you go through all the pressure you thought you could not handle and you think it's over, then they turn on the heat. Of all the stuff I've gone through in my life, eating out of trash cans, sleeping in abandoned buildings, the worst thing that ever happened is when I went to the hospital and they told me my wife had a chronic illness and she might not be able to walk one day. People said, ask C. J, it never broke me. Why? Because I've been broken so much. I've been defeated so much. I've been disappointed so much in my life that I know what it feels like and I can handle it. It didn't happen to me at 19. It didn't happen to me at 20. It didn't happen to me at 30. It happened to me at 40, after I had been through all the pressure I thought I could go through. Life said, you finished with all the pressure. I said, yeah. They said, let's bring on the heat. Then when I went through the pressure and the heat, y'all, I thought it was over. The Creator said, now you ready to get cut. You said you wanted to be great, son. You said you wanted to travel the world. You said you want to help people, inspire people. Then you got to be a diamond. But listen to me very closely. If you've ever studied the diamond, once it goes through that type of pressure, and it finally becomes a diamond, at that point you can't break it no more. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? Once you get to that point, you cannot be broken anymore. And the only way they can tell if a diamond is a diamond or if it's fake is by applying pressure. That's how they tell. They don't just look at it. They just bring it here, put it on some glass. Okay, it's real, so I'm being honest with you. I'm not giving you the 7 principles too. I'm trying to tell you the very first thing I want to tell you before we go through the principles. It's going to be a dog fight. And if you soft this ain't for you, you want to get out now, this is where you're like, I quit. But if you're willing to say I'm not going to quit, I guarantee you whatever success you want to have, you're going to have it. All right, so here's number 1. I apologize it took a long time to get to number 1. Number 1, Denzel Washington, you must be very intentional and deliberate. You must be very intentional and deliberate. The stuff that you wrote down on that piece of paper is not going to happen by osmosis. You're not going to wake up one day and find a law degree. You're not just going to walk out of your house, there it is, with my name on it. I'm a doctor now. It suddenly appeared. It's not going to work like that. If you're married, it's not going to. If you're married, I promise you, I've been married over 26 years. If you're going to have a good relationship, you're going to have to work for it. If you have a business, you're going to have to work for it. If you have a healthy relationship with your children. But I made up in my mind that nothing's going to stop us from having a daily relationship. I will do whatever it takes, make whatever adjustments I need to make. So it's going to be a dog fight. But I'm telling you from personal experience, you don't have to start with anything. I'm a living example. You don't have to have anything to get started. Not even a daddy. No, I'm being real with me. I lose stuff all the time. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to lose people, but I'll lose stuff. It's like it's not that deep. Listen to me. I'll leave money and somebody. I'll leave money not even in a wallet, just money sitting there. And I'll come back and somebody said, "Did you lose some money?" Me up like it didn't even have my name on it. Like I'm being honest, the Beats by Dre, I left them on the plane the other day, did some work, came back. I walked to like. I just randomly walked up to exit gate 48. Randomly just walked up and said, "I lost some headphones." And he said, "Oh, are they black with red?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I think that they're down in the security." I'm like, "Security? That's 2 miles from here. I got to catch a plane in another 15 minutes. He said, "Oh, I'm sorry. What's your name?" I said, "Eric." He said, "Oh, they're right here. We're talking about in Los Angeles, California." I randomly walk up to a gate, and this guy just happens to have my. So God said to me, "Good stuff is always going to happen to you because you're doing good stuff. Money is not going to come to you because you're not doing money stuff. Come on. You got to hear what I'm telling you," he said. "You got to be intentional and deliberate about money stuff. You got to create a product that people need, and you got to give it to them regularly. Like, thank God it's Monday for the last 8 years. You just got to keep giving it to them, and the first year, nothing. The second year, nothing. The third year, a little something. The fourth year, a little bit more. By the 5th year, boom, you're a household name. You got to be intentional and deliberate. Whether you're making money or not making money, you got to decide that you're going to do something, and you got to do it every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday. The problem with some of you in this room, you're not intentional and deliberate. You're a good person that just hopes that good stuff is going to happen to you, so you need to be on Facebook, cause Facebook, they not just good people. They do the analytics and tell you who's watching your stuff and who's not watching it. They give you the numbers. Hear what I'm saying. If you are intentional and deliberate, so I wake up every single day. See, I don't care what country I'm in. I don't care how long we've been on the flight. I don't care what our schedule is. 2:30. What time do I wake up every day? See, okay. When we were in Poland, what time did I wake up? Okay, what about England? 2:30. What about Australia? Are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm intentional, deliberate. I don't care what time zone we are in. I just sent my family the time. I'm in New Zealand. I'm looking at what time it is at home and said, yesterday. I said yesterday, I like this. I need to be a better man. I said it's yesterday -18 hours. I'm still getting up at the exact same time. CJ, did we work out since we've been here? Yeah, we just finished working out. How long did I run on the treadmill? Nothing changes. Nothing changes, guys. I'm very intentional. And some of you could be so. You'd be so much better if you just didn't leave things to chance. Eric, what are you saying? I thought you were a man of faith. I am. Faith without works is dead. They kind of go together. Faith, works, not one of them by themselves don't work magically. You can't work your way to it. You can't fake your way to it. It's a beautiful blend of faith. I believe the plane is going to land in Australia, but I still got to get on it. Oh, faith. I believe that people are going to show up. Like, we're taking a chance. We don't know if people are going to register and come. We're here. We're in Melbourne. We in Brisbane. We in Perth. We in Sydney. We don't know that people are going. We bring our. I brought my wife. If I crash with my wife, that's it for our. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? So, faith is great. We believe we're going to get here. We believe things are going to work out. But I still got to get on a plane. I still got to land. I still got to work out. I still got to do gym. We still got to do the podcast. Like, nothing changes because I'm in a different country and I'm in today or tomorrow. I'm literally in tomorrow right now. Need you to write this down. How can you be more intentional and deliberate about your life? And when you get home, you're going to answer it for me. All right, 2 more things. I'm going to let you guys get out of here. I promise. I need you to be intentional and deliberate. Do we do the podcast at a different time every week? Same time? Do we do thank God it's Monday on Wednesday? Do I do my, as a preacher? Do I have my services on Thursday? Same thing every. Come on, guys, I'm not trying to make this deep. I'm trying to make this as simple as I can. When you leave this room, you're going to go to a whole another level. A year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Denzel walked in and said, "Cons. Principle number 2. He was aware. Heightened sense of awareness. You need a heightened sense of awareness. Some of you are making the same mistakes over and over and over and over and over and over and over. I need you to have a heightened sense of awareness." When he walked in the room, before he moved, he studied. And many of you in this room, you are moving and then studying. And you keep making the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. Come on, hear what I'm telling you. Making the same mistakes over and over and over, and I remember crying. Why are these guys motivational speakers traveling all over the world and I don't get to travel all over the world? I'm trying to do right by people. I'm speaking all over the world. What's going on? And as I did my homework, I said, "Oh, Eric, you're doing something wrong. You are motivating and they're empowering. You're just telling your story, but you're not making the connection between their life and your story. You're not. There are no principles. You're not. Principle-driven, there's not enough content in the..." I didn't cry or complain. I just looked at my life and said, you need to make some adjustments. But that only happens when you have a heightened sense of awareness. So do me a favor, at least an hour a day, every day. You need to be reflecting on what you're doing good and what you're not doing good. Now we can break that up if you want to. If you want to break that up into 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes for lunch, 20 minutes at night. You want to do a half hour in the morning, a half hour at night. I don't care. I just don't want you to make the same stupid mistakes over and over and over again and call it life. I don't want you to keep doing dumb stuff and say, "My life is miserable." Well, no. Your life is not miserable. Your reflection time is miserable. Your ability to edit, to make adjustments, to make corrections is messed up. Somebody talk to me, yep, before I point. What do you got to do to separate yourself? Wake up earlier than the rest, yep. What time is that? What time are they getting up? Another 9, good. So you need to be up at least by what? 7? Am I better than the other motivational speakers? I don't know if I'm more talented than them. I just know I get up at 3 o'clock and put my videos out first. I just know I do 5 a day. So if you're actually better than me, nobody will know. All right, watch this. Tony Robbins back in the day, Les Brown back in the day. When you watched a 2-minute video and you ordered one of their videos, how long you think it take for the CD to get to the crib or the DVD to get to your crib? Anybody, how long you think it takes? Couple days, 4 weeks, 4 weeks. I did something nobody else did. I gave away my content and I put my content out every day. You're probably in love with E.T. at that point. You're about to get a divorce. You just failed your bar exam. Your team just lost in the championship. You don't need motivation 4 weeks from now. I saw a gap, y'all. I saw a gap in the industry, and I said just give your stuff away for free. And guess what? When you give it away for free, they will be endeared to you because I believe the content is sweet. You know, when you go to the grocery store or you go to the mall and they say, "Try fried rice," you're like, "I'm good on that." No, 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 try fried rice. You're like, "Bro, I want to try fried rice." And you taste it. They're like, come, $5.99. Right, they gave it to you for free and then you bit it for free and guess what happened? You bought a whole meal, so I'm being real. What are you going to do to separate yourself? I separated myself. I started getting up early, 3:00 in the morning. Never forget a kid from Chicago told me like, "Yo, E, you talking about thank God it's Monday. You release your videos on Sunday night." I said, "Bro, it's Sunday in Chicago, it's Monday in Singapore, it's Monday in Australia, baby. We ain't just getting American money, we all over the world. I'm separating myself. I'm putting myself out on Sunday night in the Kai, but in the world it's Monday. So what are you doing to separate yourself? And when you stand at the top of that mountain, you'll realize it wasn't the world that broke you, it was the pressure that made you. You didn't just survive the storm, you learned to dance in it. You didn't just face the fire. You let it transform you into something stronger, something better. The success you're chasing isn't found in the comforts of conformity, but in the grit, the determination, and the resilience that only comes from overcoming the very challenges that once seemed insurmountable. So, step into your power, own your journey, and remember the toughest of diamonds are born from the harshest of pressures.